Alright, so I'm really excited for today's video, guys. As you guys seen on the title, we're going to be doing a timing chain and a clutch on my 24 valve VR6. And I'm happy to be back on here because, you know, we haven't been posting too often. You guys love it whenever we post the vlogs or just do random things. But there's also my mechanic people in here. There's also my car people in here. So we got to keep you guys happy as well. And that's why I'm really excited for today's video, because we used to always post us working on our cars. That's basically what we started with on this channel, and then we started posting all types of videos. But if you guys been here since day one, you guys most likely subscribed because of the car videos. So I just want to say thank you for being an OG. Once again, thank you for 100K, guys. That plaque is really motivating to look at. It really motivates us every single day to continue going, and we appreciate all the love and support that we get from you guys, because you guys, the YouTube people, are the most supportive. You guys are the realest with us. You know, we got a lot of good people in here with good energy that show a lot of love and positivity. So shout out to you guys. We love you guys, and I can't wait to get straight into this video. But first, I just want to say I am really nervous, guys. Anybody who knows about VR6s knows that doing the timing chain is a really big job. So is the clutch, but the timing chain is a crazier job, and I'm about to do both, guys. So I'm really nervous but really excited. You know, I think anybody that's about to do a big job like this gets really nervous, you know, because it's a lot of work, a lot of time, something could go sideways. But it's also really exciting because once the job is done, you know your car is good, you know it's going to be reliable. For example, I won't need to do the clutch for a long time. I won't have to worry about the timing chain for a long time, because the timing chains are usually due every 100,000 miles. So I mean, that's gonna take a while, but I'm really excited to bring you guys along with me, and you guys are gonna see the car get taken apart from the start all the way to the end when it's back together. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so as you guys can see, my car is very well taken apart right now. Let me show you guys what's going on. So there's no intake manifold right now, no front bumper, no nothing basically. I had to strip it down almost all the way bare so I could take off the tranny, and I gotta get a new clutch. And it's time to do a new timing chain. Here's the front end, and here's the intake manifold and everything else. Now in the trunk, I have a bunch of boxes from Euro Tuning. I got all the bolts, a new oil pan, timing chain, and then new clutch and flywheel, of course. Alright, so it's been about 3 hours now, guys. And to be honest, I'm struggling a little bit to show you guys content and show TikTok content at the same time. I wish I had like a bunch of cameras to record the whole time. That would be some crazy editing though, but let me show you guys my progress. So I basically just started disconnecting every single thing that looks like it's in the way, like these little sensors right here, because eventually I'm gonna pop off this cover and the valve cover. And now the transmission looks pretty bare. I even disconnected any wires so that it could come off with the tranny, if you guys know what I mean, because when the tranny comes off, some wires are gonna want to be attached. But I even got to disconnect the starter right here. I even disconnected these links right here. And it looks like I'm gonna have to disconnect the brackets as well, because they also are attached to the tranny. I'm trying to finish up everything up here so that I could go down there and disconnect the whole drive system. But yeah, it took me about 2 hours to do that. I don't know if I'm working fast or if I'm working slow, but I can't wait to finally see everything off and then see that new timing chain on there and see that new clutch on there. I'm pretty excited, guys. I did rip one line, but it should be fine. I'll be able to find that line. That's what I'm scared of, you know. It's an old car. It looks like no one has worked on it before, so I am scared of breaking all the little fragile lines, but I'm going to do my best to do it nice and soft. If you guys are doing any jobs on old cars, I recommend you guys put WD-40 on all the lines just so they could like slip off smoothly, because they could get fragile, they could get expensive, and sometimes it's hard to custom make some. Thankfully, this one looks pretty easy to custom make, but this is where I'm at so far. I'll let you guys know when I'm down there and what I'm disconnecting down there. So I just lowered it a little bit, and as you can see, the transmission has already dropped down a little bit. Now I gotta get it out without dropping it. This would be nice if I had a friend right next to me, but my friend is busy recording. And the transmission finally dropped, guys. As you can see, it's right there on the floor. Man, that thing was so heavy and so hard to jiggle out. It looks pretty dirty in there, which is about normal, especially with the blown clutch. Now when you come over here, same thing, really dirty. The clutch area is really dirty. We'll pop all that off and then do the timing chain. But first, guys, I haven't ate all day, so I'm gonna go get a meal in right quick, and then I'm gonna come back and hopefully do the timing chain, which is a little scary because I want to obviously perfect that. If you don't perfect that, your engine blows. So I'll make sure to do that correctly. I'm gonna see if I do that tonight or tomorrow morning. But for now, we'll leave the tranny on the floor and we'll go have this meal. Alright guys, so I know it was a lot earlier the last time I showed you guys an update, but we got a lot done so far. Let me show you guys. So as you can see, we got the tranny dropped right there, and then we also took off the clutch and we took off the flywheel. Now tomorrow I'm basically just gonna take off this entire cover so I could do the timing chains. And guys, the timing chains are literally right there, so you might as well do them while you're there. But it's also time for mine to be done, so I might as well do it right now. Next we got the clutch and the flywheel right here. I'll make sure to show you guys a comparison tomorrow. And then we got all the bolts organized right there. The clutch does look pretty bad. I'll show you guys how the new one's supposed to look. And yeah guys, I consider this a lot of progress because I know tomorrow I'll do the timing chains really fast and then basically just reinstall everything, but it'll be brand new and the car will finally be running. So after working out here for about 9 hours, it's time to get some sleep, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. So it's the next day. Let me show you guys what I got done so far. So I basically got all the bolts off right here to take off the cover. I only left 2 bolts, one right here and one over there, because I still need this to have some pressure so I could take this bolt off right here. And then of course the valve cover is also completely unscrewed. Let me show you guys what I mean by top dead center. So there's the valve cover. Now you can tell this is top dead center whenever these are both pointing the same way and when my tool could fit through here. As you can see, there's little lines right here and little lines right here, and there's this tool that will fit flush, and if it's flush that means we're at top dead center. But before I get that step done, we need to come down to the crankshaft. We need to come down to the crank pulley, and as you can see there's a little groove right here. I'm gonna paint mark everything to show you guys what I mean by this. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the breaker bar right here, and I spun the pulley with it, and I used that paint marker to make sure it was perfect. Now there it is guys. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it looks perfectly aligned. And now it's time to pop off the valve cover and make sure that the cams are at top dead center. And just like that, the timing chain is exposed.
He's in guys, no going back. Timing chain is off.
I'm like in my zone right now that I like don't even want to vlog. I just want to like be all focused.
That's why I came to step in for you guys. I'm the real MVP right here. Wow, that looks scary. Are you scared?
Honestly, yeah. This is my first time doing a timing chain, and this will blow your engine if you don't do it correctly. So I'm pretty nervous, yeah.
Have we mentioned that this is the way we're getting back home too? So you have to do it right.
I must.
Yeah. But look at you. You're going for it. That's cool.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, it is. It is on.
Wait, I want to show them this part. I'm glad you're recording. There goes the first piece of the timing chain.
Whoa. A lot of people would have called a mechanic. A lot of normal people. But I think a lot of our viewers and you
wouldn't call a mechanic.
Yep, you're doing it yourself. You're learning as you go. This is a scary moment to learn as you go though.
Yeah.
But you gotta learn one way, right?
Yeah, because guys, I've done a lot of work to my cars, but never a timing chain. This is a really crazy job. Like, even people who know about VR6s take it to professionals. I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of like boosted builds and stuff, and they get taken to those people that we watch.
Yeah.
What are they called again?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Like the people who know about cars, but when it comes to timing chains, no one wants to risk it. Yeah,
nobody wants to risk it. It's so much time too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is taking a couple days to even get to this part.
Yeah, and it's not even done yet.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. We have a transmission right here.
Just chilling, like if it's a regular day.
Yep. Somebody can come up.
Alright guys, so we got the crank aligned with that groove, and then we got the cams at top dead center, and the entire timing chain kit is off. Let me show you guys. Here's the old one. As you can see, that's all the old hardware, and a lot of these pieces like to crack, and that's basically what blows the engine. But we got some brand new pieces right here with brand new hardware. So now it's time to do this correctly, because if I do this wrong, everything will go sideways. So I'm also not too worried though, because I know how to double make sure that everything is done correctly. I'll just have to spin it a couple times. If everything looks good and if everything stays aligned, then I'll be ready to go. Alright guys, so it's a lot later now. As you can see, I just basically spent my time making sure that it was properly aligned. Let me add some flash. So I was spending my time making sure that it's properly aligned. I basically checked it about 5 times just to make sure. I marked everything just to be sure, and I'm positive the timing is done correctly. Now those zip ties are just there for now. Once I install the cover, I'll get to throw on the tensioner and we'll be all good. Now another thing that took super long was cleaning off the surface, guys, because this does not have a gasket and I had to clean it off so well just to make sure that the oil does not leak out. And these cars are also known for blowing the rear main seal, which sucks because you got to take out the whole transmission to replace that. It's actually about 10 p.m. now, guys, and I've been at this since about 9 a.m. so it's about 13 hours of me working out here, but I'm gonna get it done. I would say this was the hardest part yet because I wanted to do everything perfect. I knew if I messed this up, it would have all went sideways. So I'm glad that's done. All the surfaces are cleaned, and I added the gasket maker right here. As you can see, I didn't do too much, I didn't do too little, but I made sure to cover everything just so I have no leaks at all. And then we got the rear main seal right there, and I also got it cleaned up a little bit. Now it's about time to slap it on, and to be honest, I'm kind of in my zone right now, so I think tonight I'll have the valve cover on, and I think I'll have the timing chain covers on and the tensioner on, so that tomorrow I can show you guys me slapping on the flywheel and slapping on the clutch and the transmission. I'm hoping all that gets done by tomorrow. I'm pretty positive I will get it done by tomorrow. So see you guys in the morning. So it's the next day and we got all the timing covers on. We even got the new valve cover gasket on, and the rear main seal, I started struggling last night, so I just saved that for today. But the rear main seal is officially on and everything is on. Now it is finally time for the new flywheel and the new clutch and the new pressure plate. Let me show you guys the damage of the old one right here. Or first, let me show you how this one looks. So as you can see, that's how it's supposed to look. And now, guys, check this out. This thing is blown. It's crazy. I do remember seeing it smoke up, so yep, that's completely blown. And then the old flywheel probably could have gotten resurfaced, but they were booked everywhere I looked at. But there's a brand new one, and this is all OEM. Now I know I could have gotten a lighter flywheel, but I wanted the OEM one because I'm leaving the car naturally aspirated for a while. So without further ado, let's start installing all these parts in the car. Alright guys, so I'm making a shorter version of this on TikTok in case you guys wanted to fast forward, but I've been running into a lot of problems, guys. In the middle of doing this, apparently I didn't get the correct tool to align the clutch, so I basically tried my best and I was doing it over and over. So I'm pretty sure it's all good, and it turns out something was wrong with the transmission. There was like some gasket leaking, so I got that replaced, and we're officially at the point where we're gonna slap in the transmission. The new clutch is on, the new flywheel is on, the new pressure plate's on, the full timing chain kit's on, the new rear main seal is on. Every little thing has silicone, so I think I'm all good now. And it's honestly pretty rewarding to finally be at this moment where I get to throw in the transmission. And it's also a moment of truth because if I did not properly align the clutch, then it won't slide right in. But I think I did, so we're about to see. Let me just enjoy this Pepsi real quick. I literally been at this for like 5 days, guys. 5 days straight, where I'm working out here for about 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours. And being at the moment where I'm about to slap in the clutch is pretty rewarding. I mean the transmission is pretty rewarding, and I hope it goes in nice and smooth. If it does, man, that's gonna be nice. Also, it's hella heavy, guys. It's a 6-speed trans, so I'm like struggling to pick it up. I got to pick it up right now, but I gotta make sure I do it right so I don't hurt my back. And I gotta get it on this jack right here. A lot of people do it with the engine hoist, I think, and that's like an easier way to maneuver it in, and then the second guy holds it while you put in the bolts. But I don't got all that, so see how it goes. Also, let me show you guys all the old parts. Like, it's also kind of exciting to see the old parts. Hold on. So there's all the old parts, guys. The pressure plate has a bunch of lines on it. Oh, I think it has a little crack too. And then the clutch is really thin. It's supposed to have grooves. Oh, and it's cracking. I didn't even know it's cracking either. I did see it smoke up at one point. And then the flywheel, it has a bunch of uneven spots. It probably could have gotten resurfaced, but I was kind of in a rush to just get everything done. And then we got the whole timing chain kit right here. We got new chains, we got a new tensioner, and all these new plastic pieces, which you would think these last forever, but no, they end up getting like, you know when plastic gets all all fragile and it cracks easily. That's basically what happens to these, and then the engine blows. So all that's replaced. We also got brand new gaskets. I mean, it was kind of mandatory. When you take off the valve cover, you must put new gaskets. And then I did the rear main seal. A lot of people forget to do this. It is a little difficult to do, but it's so worth it because, man, these VR6s, they're known for breaking their rear main seal. So you gotta make sure to get a new rear main seal just to make sure everything's good, so no oil leaks on your tranny or on your clutch or at all, you know, you don't want to be losing oil. So we got all new gaskets, silicone, timing chains on, clutches on, and we're at the final moment where we get to slap in the tranny. I'm pretty excited. I'll keep you guys updated. So as you guys can see from the setting, I'm back home and I'm back in the garage. That means I did do the timing right and I did drive the car here, and we're back home safe. But before I show you guys the car, let me give you guys a little story time as to what happened. So just as I thought everything was going smooth, just as I was ready to reinstall the transmission, it would just not go on. I was at this for about 6 hours and it just would not go on. So let me tell you guys what my mistake was. So I thought it was the same as my front wheel drive GTI, and I thought I could just slap in the transmission like that. But since it's all-wheel drive, it has a bevel box attached to the transmission, and that bevel box attaches to the drive shaft. Now that bevel box kept tapping the drive shaft every single time I went to install the transmission, and it made no sense to me. I honestly thought that's how you reinstall the transmission, just like my front wheel drive GTI, but nope. You must take off the bevel box. But it took a while for me to finally figure this out. I called a friend over to help me reinstall the transmission, and he was confused. He was looking around. Then finally, he's the one that pointed it out, and he looked it up, and he did the research, and he found out that the bevel box must be removed and then reinstalled after. So at this point, I just got to work. I uninstalled it, we both slapped in the transmission together, and I completely forgot about recording because I was so frustrated with how much time it took. And I was intending on it to be done that day, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I just finished off the entire car, and now we're here. We took a long road trip back home, and the car ran amazing with no check engine lights. The clutch feels amazing. With all that mileage, I was able to break it in as well. But before I start it up for you guys and before I show it to you guys, I already know you guys are a little bit confused as to why it wasn't the blue GTI and why it was a silver Volkswagen. Now for the Volkswagen heads, I already know that you guys know exactly what it is. From the second you saw that engine bay, you knew exactly what car it was. But to the people who aren't really Volkswagen heads, yes, it's an R32, guys. It's not the GTI. The reason I didn't title this video R32 or anything is because I don't want to announce that we have the R32 just yet. I don't want to tell Instagram, I don't want to tell TikTok, but you guys get to see everything first. You know, you guys keep it real with us, so we keep it real with you guys, so you guys will get to see the R32 first. And before I show you guys a little startup, I just want to show you the car. It's complete. And this has been my dream car, guys, since I was about 14 years old. Now, all of this was really exciting because I got to work on my dream car. I got to take my dream car on a road trip. And now I own my dream car, which is really crazy for me, guys, because I've been a Volkswagen enthusiast since forever. And I've dreamed of getting one of these since I was about 14, maybe even 13 years old. And I'm also really happy the way that I bought it. You know, I bought it with the blown clutch, and I bought it needing a timing chain service. Because whenever you work on a car that much and have to do that big of a job, it's actually a lot more enjoyable to drive because you feel like you built it, you know, like you repaired it, you got it from the ground up. So it feels amazing. You know, I bought it, I let it sit there, I stacked up some parts, and then I repaired it myself. I put my own blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and now I get to daily drive it, so it's really enjoyable. Now, the reason I'm not announcing it to TikTok or Instagram just yet is because it's not going to be a build just yet, guys. It's going to be my daily driver. I'm not going to modify it. I'm not going to make it loud. Whoa. It actually came with the MagnaFlow exhaust, but you know, it still has cats, a resonator, and a muffler, so how loud can it really be? But I'll still show you guys the exhaust right now. And yeah, guys, my plan for right now is just to leave it completely stock because I'm prioritizing my GTI build. As you guys can see, we got a 3.2 liter VR6 right there that I'm gonna install into my GTI. Also, let me show you guys this real quick. I decided to save the clutch as memories of my repair. But yeah, guys, you won't see this one getting a crazy exhaust anytime soon. You won't see it getting a tune anytime soon. Nothing like that. It's literally just going to be my daily driver until I finish my GTI build. So once you see the GTI running with the new 3.2 liter VR6, then you can start asking, when am I going to build the R32? But I won't be revealing it until then. But I'm happy to show you guys it first. And whenever I do reveal it, You guys can say you guys already knew since way back. You guys already knew since the repair video. That's why I always tell you guys, those who be watching our YouTube videos get to see everything first. So just know you're a part of the early stages of everything that happens in our life. But that's enough yapping. You guys are probably getting bored. Let me show you guys this exhaust. Let me show you guys a cold start. And let me show you guys how smooth this engine sounds. I don't know if the camera is focusing, but I really love how the shift knob says 4Motion, just to remind you that it's an all-wheel drive. But I feel like I just love everything about this car because I've dreamed of having one since forever. I love how it says R32 right there. And I love how it has an R right here. But like I said, let me stop yapping and let's start this thing for you guys. Alright guys, let's go over to the back. That's the cold start, guys. This is the MagnaFlow exhaust. As you can see, it's completely stock height still, and it's not that loud, which is good, I guess, for cops right now. But let's come to the front, which is the real deal, guys. As you can see, I did a great job, and the timing is perfect. We got all new fluids. I even threw in a new stock air filter, and it sounds amazing, it runs amazing. There's no check engine lights, and I'm really happy with how it all turned out, guys. And I even took it snow drifting already after I broke in the clutch, of course. Roll the clip. Now, even though I'm not building it, it's still really enjoyable, guys. It feels amazing. I love how the all-wheel drive system kicks in. I love how it sounds. Even though it's really quiet, I can tell the potential, you know, like I could tell how deep the engine really is, because this is a 3.2 liter and I'm used to my 2.8 liter VR6. So everything about this car feels amazing, and it's a great daily driver. But I can't wait to build this thing, guys. There's gonna be big plans on this thing. I'm telling you guys, I just gotta finish the GTI. Have some patience. You know, I'm gonna show you guys the GTI swap. I'm gonna show you how that one two-steps, everything. And then we're gonna hop onto this bad boy. And this thing's gonna be another level. It's gonna look like the GTI, but it's another level. Now, I'm just letting it warm up a little bit so you guys can hear the exhaust. While that warms up, I just wanna tell you guys, if you guys have a dream car and you know how to work on cars, I highly recommend you get one that's broken down and needs a big job done, because you'll get a way better deal like that, and you're gonna enjoy the car so much once it's finally done and you get to drive your dream car that you repaired yourself. It's a great feeling, guys. Now let me check again if it's warmed up, and I'll rev it up for you guys. So that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for staying to the end. And shout out to all my Volkswagen heads, and shout out to everybody that subscribed and got us to 100K. And as always, we love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.